What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. So I was supposed to been did this, but I never did start it because I got too busy, and yeah, life be life. So I decided I'm gonna start this new series kind of thingy, try it out, give it a try, whatever, where I'm gonna talk to you guys about movies that I see on Tubi, right? Give you like a kind of like a review of the movie. Now, ain't gonna lie, I may slip up a couple times and spoil it because I'll be telling movies because I know I'm the type of person where I don't really. You could tell me a movie, I'm still gonna watch it, or I'm not gonna watch it. Movie, show, book, it don't matter. If I want to see it, I'm gonna see it, and I don't really like surprises like that, so I might just sell. But anyway, though, so let's get into it. First movie we gonna do. I just finished it, like literally just finished it. I just pushed pause on the ending credits. And the movie I just finished was BFFs, hashtag BFFs. So it was about this group of females, of girls. They decided to go on a girls trip. And the first night of the girls trip was just them. And then after that, they brought their significant others on the trip. One of them, two of them didn't have a significant other to bring on the trip. Well, plot twist, one of them was best friends with one of the girls that was on the trip and was messing with her best friend man. Just saying, like, they popped the movie out with that, okay? They also popped the movie out with another thing too. But all in all, it was a pretty good movie. If you like a little messiness in your life, then yeah, I would say watch it. It's good. The acting from the male perspective was a little shaky. Like, they tried. They tried. I found it because I was scrolling through Black Cinema on Tubi, and I'm a Tubi movie type of girl. I like a good ghetto Tubi movie, okay? But all in all, like, it was real. It was a quick movie. It was like literally 3 minutes from an hour. It was like 57 minutes long, and it got straight to the point, like most Tubi movies do. Get straight to the point. Cut the chaser, right? I mean, cut the bull. So I really, because it didn't really give too much of a backstory type of movie because it was so quick. Like, they literally just got straight into it. And if I talk too much, I'm gonna tell the story. Should I just tell the story? I think so. So it started out with one of the characters, one of the main characters. It exposed that the character was a transgender woman, and that they were in therapy and for a trauma that happened. I'm assuming, I don't know if something happened to them or something happened to somebody that they know, but like, basically, they something had happened and it was causing them to have nightmares. So excuse me for shaking. I gotta get a tripod for my phone. My other tripod got broken, and yeah, so sorry for all the moving around. But they was in therapy for trauma. But they had got invited on a girls trip by one of their new friends, and however, no one on the trip knew that they were transgender. Yeah, they didn't know that. And so the therapist was like, well, how can they be your real friends if they don't know your secret? And so they aren't your real friends then, basically. It was an open-ended question. The synopsis I came to, or the conclusion I came to, was that they ain't real friends, right? Right. So it panned to, it basically gave a background of each couple. One couple, their issue was that they weren't having sex like that. They the wife wanted it, but the husband would always come up with a reason as to why he couldn't do it. So she was stuck, like, just raising the children on her own, and she had found a new friend, quote unquote. And they had started talking, and it could lead to other things if the husband didn't get his stuff together. The other couple, they were newly engaged, and it actually introduced them with him sleeping with the best friend, and the best friend saying, we need to stop this because she's gonna find out. Come to find out, the husband is a doctor, and him and the best friend work at the same hospital. Well, the fiance and the fiance introduced the person that works at the hospital to the doctor. So I don't know if they knew each other, if they really did know each other, or if she actually did introduce them. Either way it goes, they were messing around, and had been doing so for months. But the best friend was trying to cut it off, but the husband didn't want to. He was, of course, giving the best friend those sob stories and the bunch of BS that men do when they doing stupid stuff, right? And so he had them, and then the other couple, the last couple, the guy, he had just got out of prison. He was a felon. He didn't have a job, and the girlfriend had just got a promotion, or her business. Because in one part of the movie they said that he said that she had got a promotion at a job, and she was making it seem like it was her business that she was working for, and she could hire him. But she was offering to hire him at her job because he had an issue with the fact that he couldn't provide in the household like he was used to doing anymore, because he didn't have a job, because he had just got out of prison, and nobody's hiring felons but fast food restaurants. That's what he said. And I'm over here like, well, go flip a burger then. Go drop some chicken. Go drop some french fries. Go do what it is that you gotta do instead of sitting around here spending my money. So he's like, oh, I didn't have time to go try to look for a job because I was taking care of my mom or whatever, and I ain't get a chance to go look for a job, but I'm looking, and I'm going to get the job, and I'm going to be back in a space where I can take care of you. And she kept asking him, like, so that was an issue for her. She kept bringing that up, which was making him mad. And, but he still wanted her to be the female in the household, cook, clean, all this stuff. But he wasn't working. He was home all the time. He had an issue with her asking him to be the one to cook them breakfast in one of the scenes. Like, what? How you gonna be mad at me for asking you to cook breakfast and you finna chill at the house all day? Okay, if you ain't working, you can get up and cook this damn breakfast. And everybody know a man can't do nothing else. He can cook some damn breakfast. Allegedly. But she was also asking him what happened in jail, why he kind of changed and all that stuff, right? And so he was like, what happened in jail don't matter, and he would just avoid her question. He never answered the question for her. So fast forward to everybody agrees to go on a trip. They could get on the trip. First night is just, like I said, it's just the females, and it was pretty chill. And then the next morning, the transgender, she ends up dropping her medication, and somebody else picked it up. And the girl told the secret about the medication that the transgender character had dropped. And so she exposed that the transgender had an illness, right? And so she did that, and so they tried not to make it a big deal, but you kind of tell like everybody like started like side eyeing or whatever. You know how people do when you find out how people do on these shows when they find out that there's a sick person in the house. They did her like that, and so then the men showed up, right? And when they showed up, the transgender started freaking out when she was introduced to one of the spouses or one of the significant others, right? Started freaking out. She ended up calling her therapist and was like, he's here. I know what to do. So the therapist was like, well, drop me your location and I'll come to you if you don't feel safe. She was like, no, I don't feel safe. So she dropped the pen to the therapist. It took the therapist a while to get there. But while the therapist was traveling there, she walked out of her room and called the best friend and the fiance, the doctor, in the hallway talking. So she recorded it with her phone. Mind you, the best friend was the one that picked up the medication off the floor and told everybody about it and was like, I'm sorry, that wasn't my secret to tell, right? So the transgender, she recorded them and recorded when the best friend kissed the fiance and walked off, right? So the next scene was the best friend, the transgender, going downstairs and talking to the doctor's fiance and was like, so don't your man and your best friend were, I forget the character's name. I wasn't really paying attention to that name. I'm trying to see this messy story, right? So she was like, don't those two work at the same hospital together? And she was like, yeah, they do. And she was like, and they just met each other. Did you introduce them? Did they already know each other? What, like, how does that dynamic go? And so she was like, oh no, I introduced them. And she was like, are you sure? And so he's like, what are you getting at? Basically, then the transgender was like, well, your best friend and your man are sleeping with each other, and I don't know how long it's been going on, but they are. And she was like, how do you know that? So the transgender ended up showing her the video. And she went ballistic. Not ballistic enough for me, okay? She ain't go ballistic enough, but she went ballistic. And so that happened, right? They had that whole blow up. And then in the midst of all that, the therapist shows up. And the therapist ended up getting the transgender to tell the secret that she was born a he to the group. And she also had to talk to one of the guys that she knew there. And that whole thing was good. It wasn't supposed to be good. It was supposed to be informative, because in the end parts, they started showing like all the statistics for transgender deaths and all the homophobia and all the stuff that was going on. They started showing statistics for that. But all in all, that's what happened in that movie. I'm not going to tell the ending, though. I'm not going to tell you how it ended. But, because you can go watch it for that. But it was good. I do recommend watching it if you don't live in a home with a man that's a homophobe for no reason. It's a good movie. It's like, I don't know if I should say it's educational, because it really, like, it's like, you already know, you know what I'm saying? Like, people know how people treat transgenders nowadays. People also know how messy it is to go on a girls trip sometimes, especially with females that you like only kicking with a little bit. And I'm just not a girls trip kind of girl, so I ain't really got nothing nice to say about that anyway. Cause I'm not going on a girls trip. I need my man. Come here. Come on over here. I'm not paying for this by myself. But yes, so all in all, I would say I would give that movie a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10, because it could have been longer. We could have got more backstory. We could have got more action, you know. But I do recommend watching it. I would just watch it for the entertainment purposes. If you ain't got nothing else to do, or you just want to watch a quick little movie, a quick little 1-2 or whatever, little, nothing major, watch it. But thank y'all for watching. I'm hollering at y'all later.